Welcome back to the Riff Raff podcast. It's been a little while, and special guest today, Rabbi Akiva, my colleague.
Honoured,
Yeah,
excited.
my sidekick. So thank you for joining us today. And let's. You've been with us for about a year now in the Chigwell and Hainault community.
Coming up
Blessed.
to yeah.
Coming up to a year. You're counting the days, yeah. Yesterday was actually a good example of why we needed more staff, an assistant rabbi and your wife, and Olivia. There was a barbecue in our house for all young families. Good crowd.
Fantastic.
I mean, I wasn't even there. That's the whole point. I had a I had a stone setting and then a wedding, and then when I got back from the wedding, I had a bar mitzvah to pop into, and there was shul in between. So it's good you were there running it.
Yesterday was great. Unfortunately, the weather was not the best.
Yeah, but we, the weather's a bonus. Is what it is.
No, we had fun. It was good energy. Big shout out to Ollie and Sarah Chestis.
Always a shout out.
Yeah. They're amazing. They did most of the work. Ollie was out there in the rain, him and his mate standing, grilling from the beginning till the end. There was about, I'd say, a good 60 people, loads of kids running around, blowing the shofars, doing the crafts. Fantastic.
I'll check in with the neighbours when I next see them.
Yes, it was good, really good.
But yeah, we've got lots of things going on for the young families, and all the demographics in the community. But that area was lacking until you guys came along, and Sarah and Ollie were doing a lot for us as well, like you said. But that's the future. That's who we need to be really pumping our efforts into.
And there's so many. Coming to shul, you might not notice. There might be one or two young families because they come on different weeks. And obviously, it's a lot harder to get to shul with the kids. I know that from my own situation. But when you do an event like this, or the Hanukkah party, the Purim party, you get reminded just how many there are.
Yeah.
There's so many young families who are around and are interested in being involved. They're engaged. And thank God we have a good team, and we're trying hard, and we're doing well. Thank God.
Thank the Lord. Yeah, keep it going. So a bit more about you. So who are you?
Who am I?
Who is Rabbi Akiva Rosen? How did you get here? How did you decide Chigwell was the place?
God chose me. No, I'll start from the beginning, I guess. And my family is South African. So my parents were born there, obviously from Europe originally. They moved to Manchester when I was 1. So we're going back around 26, 27 years ago. My parents, we have 9 kids, so 8 siblings, all with a lot of energy, fantastic house, a lot of ADHD running around, a lot of, we call it yeshivishness, like a college dorm kind of thing, like university dormitory.
Okay.
Good
the
energy.
rowdy. Hamish
and stuff. Went to the regular religious schooling in Manchester, went to yeshiva in Gateshead at the age of 15, which surprises a lot of people because, in the regular school system, you're in school until 18. At 15, you're barely taking even school seriously. You're starting to wake up to GCSEs and homework that actually has to be done. But in the system that I was from, 15 was when you leave home and you go to study all day in yeshiva. So I was very young. I was too young. Didn't last very long. After a few months, I was asked to leave. I couldn't keep up. They couldn't handle the situation.
Yeah.
And then I made my way to Israel, 16 years old. And I was there in yeshivas, not always yeshivas where you spend most of your time learning, but in yeshivas, working that environment. And about 5 years ago, met Olivia, Liv, and we got married at the height of COVID in someone's back garden in Manchester. And we went to Israel together. We spent 4 fantastic years there. Fantastic years living in Jerusalem. And then the time came for us to leave, financially. Also, it was never really the plan to be there forever.
Okay.
Maybe to return one day, but not.
Well, we all plan on that.
Yeah.
Please God soon.
Amen. Amen. But we were looking to do something we could be of service to the Jewish community. You know, I went on my own journey,
Yeah.
and Liv went on her journey, and we felt that we had what to offer. We have a lot of the new generation. The old stuff doesn't work for them the same way that it used to. So we felt we had, let's call it the new, not new, but what talks to the youth nowadays, an understanding and a way of Judaism that is more appropriate and that they're able to engage with in a fun, realistic way. And we wanted to do that. And we called up many organizations, almost every organization in the UK, just to find out what's available. In what way can we be of service? How can we help? What opportunity will work for us and for the employers? And Chigwell was the one that stood out actually straight away. We called the United Synagogue. They said, we have this job in Chigwell. We've got this rabbi working his socks off, far too many people. He's busy. He's running left, right, center. There's loads of youth, but they just need some energy. They need a new person, someone to assist the rabbi, someone to focus on the youth. And that was it. We were sold. It took a long time to get all the papers signed and whatever. But from that phone call till the end, there was maybe one or two slight bumps, but it was just Chigwell and Hainault.
I remember when your name came through and Olivia, and I was like, I only had one criteria really, is that no Man United fans, but I had to drop that. But yeah, like you said, you've got a very good way with the youth. You know, they look up to you and they enjoy your company. Whereas, I mean, I don't mind teenagers; they're all right. But you know, I think maybe I'm just getting too old for them now.
Too many bar mitzvah lessons.
Yeah, it scarred me for life. I mean, look, there's a lot of good boys out there, but sometimes, you know, patient wears thin. Yeah, like you said, it's making Judaism, Yiddishkeit accessible, showing people how it's there's something in it for them. And you know, I hear all the horror stories of how it used to be in the old days, where people went to cheder and they got shouted at, and Judaism was about you do this, you do that, and there's not really much in between. And sounds like you had a bit of that experience yourself when you first went to yeshiva. He's like, if you either fit in the mold, or we don't have a space for you, which is a failure of the system. I know it's always trying to improve the yeshiva education, etc. Just as a plus, though, to move out at a young age, you learn very quick what it means to be responsible and to be a mensch, and to look after yourself. So moving out of home young, there's a lot to be said for that.
There's pros and cons both ways. Obviously, a big problem which you can't run away from is what I said before. Do you know who you are? Do you have somewhat of a no one knows exactly, but you have to have some level of understanding of who you are before you can go out and just be a man in the world. And do you have the maturity, and you're living with everyone's the same age? It's not like you're being sent to some place to be looked after. You have to look after yourself.
Yeah.
So that's the problem. But there's definitely, going to Israel at 16, and I went to a yeshiva where obviously most of the guys are not there at 16. Most of the guys are going to Gateshead or Lakewood in America, somewhere in Brooklyn, staying there for 2-3 years, then going to Israel. So I went to this place where I would say the average age in the first year was 18, 19. They were rough kids. They really were. Maybe not like from where you're from, but from, Manchester standards, they were rough, and they'd been through a lot. And it wasn't, it's not even a learning curve. It's just, it's responsibility. It's on you, and it helped a lot for sure. Just to go back to one thing that you're saying about the youth nowadays and the yeshiva system, you were saying that what I went through.
Yeah,
it's not only with Judaism, where we have this challenge. It's across the board. You're going to any school over the last 5-10 years, they've been adapting and changing the way they do things, because kids nowadays are different to how they used to be. Obviously, kids are kids, and there's many things that are the same, but the same approaches that work then don't work now. So I'm not saying, that I have the full understanding and everything, but a bit more love and a little bit more, arm around the shoulder, lest I'm the boss and you're the minor who has to listen to whatever I say and jump when I say jump. Doesn't work anymore.
Yeah. we're influenced by society at large. So
Yeah,
um, I always do this thing with bar mitzvah boys often. I say, they have this thing called a screen time app where you can
yeah,
find out how long they've been on their phones in the week. And it's just scary how I was thinking on the way here, like if you lost your phone, if someone lost their phone, it is a complete meltdown. It's like worse than probably getting your car nicked because
yeah, way worse. I mean,
yeah, yeah.
your life's
I
gone.
mean, it happened to me,
Yeah,
about 6 weeks ago. One of these scam texts from O2. O2 and 3 customers, be careful. Apparently, it's Riff if you're with any of those networks. They send you a text, looks like it's from them. Click on the link, and boom, they siphon off your number somewhere else. And for those 2 weeks, it was just impossible to get any work done, to do anything. But we're so reliant on technology, and it's scary. Although I do have this theory that with AI and everything, at some point, you'll be able to just type in, is there a God? And it'll say, yes, clearly, you can't have this universe that's so complex. You take the eye or open up a tree or atoms or whatever it is and just say, this has somehow just happened by itself. To me, that sounds like it should be something that a computer should be able to just tell you, yeah, it's very unlikely that this will just
right,
came about.
right.
And then you type in, does Israel belong to the Jews? Yes. And
Oh,
all
you
of a
have good
sudden,
faith. I agree with you I agree with you in how true it is. I
yeah,
just have less faith in that
the
AI will
people
do that.
manipulating it, the people at the
Yeah, I
top
mean,
of up the food chain.
it possesses right now the level of understanding needed to say yes.
Yeah.
It's not that deep. It's not that complicated to understand these things. Like you're saying,
Yeah.
you cut open a tree, you look around the world, anything. They say whenever a person sees anything, even me, when I walked into this room, I was thinking, first thought, like, wow, the setup, who set it up, how they design it. You see a painting, you want to know who painted this. You hear a song, anything that
Yeah.
you see or hear, you want to know who made it
Yeah.
and how was it made.
What were
And
the
when
steps
it
to get
comes
it
to
in
the
this?
world,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, no one made it. Like, look around, who made this? This is
Yeah.
unbelievable.
But
So it should
the
be
starting
simple.
point for society, Western society now, it seems like no, was always here, and everyone's a self-made, man or woman, and everyone's out there for themselves. Morality is sort of it's seen as old-fashioned now.
Yeah,
To
yeah,
say there's a God-given morality makes you into a caveman, and worse, what people shout at, people that are a little bit more conservative or a little bit right-wing. It makes you into some sort of traditional values and family and going to synagogue or church. That you get labeled as some sort of, oh, that must mean that you're a fascist.
yeah, yeah,
I'm saying it
yeah,
doesn't go
yeah.
straight that way, but the debate
There's a
on that,
subconscious judgment straight away.
yeah.
If you start saying something like that, you are like this or like
Yeah,
that. You're
and
in a group.
we all do it. If someone tells me they're vegan straight
Yeah.
away, and I
No,
get
but that one's
nervous.
true, no? No, I'm joking.
No, we support everyone's
Right.
rights to veganism here. Just don't come to our house for Shabbos lunch.
No, I have, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, moving on before
Yeah.
we upset all our listeners, all our 10
Absolutely.
listeners. First of all, I should have said to start with a
Yeah.
big shout out to Stuart on the desk back there. He's going to make this look seamless. It's going to be hard for him, but he's going to give it a go. Just a bit more about, so you wanted to give back basically to the community,
Yeah.
so to the Jewish people, which is really what everyone should ask themselves at some point. How am I, how am I contributing to my nation and to bringing the world to its spiritual perfection? Not just here to, collect a paycheck, buy a house, retire, play golf, get the kids, grandkids married.
Absolutely.
It's
Absolutely.
just, that's the thing with society. It pulls you into what they're doing and you just become like a bit like an AI robot. You just go along with everything else.
Just going on your course.
I saw this thing online the other day. One of these reels on, little skit videos that they have on Facebook. Someone goes up to his friend, "How you doing today?" And he's like, he types it into chat GPT, like, what's the response? "Oh yeah, I'm fine today. The UV light today is increasing the dopamine in my brain. It's making me in a good mood." It's just ridiculous.
It's funny, but it's scary because I see with the younger teens,
Yeah.
that is really what's going on. You see, we do this social thing in shul and they just walk around and they're just on their phones.
Yeah.
And they're like texting each other. I'm asking them, like, who you texting? Oh, I'm texting him. He's right there. Like, that's what's going on.
So I got sidetracked there. But yeah, your contribution to the Jewish
Yeah,
people, you felt like you
100%.
wanted to.
100%. Also, every person, like you're saying, has to contribute. Every
Yeah,
person in every generation. It's not only about, for sure, massively about working towards the final goal, spiritual perfection. But even without that, in every generation, there needs to be people who are going to step up, who are going to help out. And really, it's on every person in their way. No
yeah.
matter, it could be just being a bit more friendly, being teach with your own kids, with your grandkids, whatever it is. But it was a feeling of, I have this understanding from my journey that I went on,
Yeah.
because teens, in my opinion, every teen, or almost every teen, is going on some sort of journey.
Yeah.
It is the journey of growing up and becoming an adult, and it's difficult for everyone. So if you've been on a journey and you relate to that and you connect with that, then straight away you're in that place where there's understanding, that they feel understood, and I think I've seen that's worked well. So
Is that, yeah, whatever you're doing, keep doing
that
it.
was
For
no. What we
sure.
do at Shaw is just give good food and challenge
That's massive,
and
though.
sweets.
You got to
Yeah,
feed,
yeah,
or you say feed the animal soul.
yeah. And then
Get that distracted,
right,
and then once that's quiet, then you can
yeah, yeah,
tune into
yeah,
something a bit more meaningful.
yeah,
That
yeah,
might change you a bit. That in a nutshell is what we're trying to do. On that point of, you mentioned earlier, I get this a lot. Oh, you rabbis, you're getting younger and younger. You probably get
yes.
that a
I
lot.
get. Oh my god! I
Yeah.
mean, look at me. I get this. The whole
Still
people.
getting ID'd at Tesco and you're trying to
Yeah.
buy
When
whiskey.
when I'm trying to buy cowpole for my my kid's not well, I'm trying to buy cowpole
With
and
the
I'm
ID
getting
for that?
ID'd. Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
I think you have to be 16 though, not 18. So
You have
yeah,
to look 25. That's the
I
thing.
don't know, but shocking. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I'm sorry to
No,
hear
but
that.
it is a trend across the whole United Synagogue and in general, especially with Aish and all these other, even
Yeah.
Chabad.
Yeah.
People are starting.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're looking to hire the youth, and it's a conscious decision. It's not just that it happened to evolve, that younger people are applying. They understand that the future is with the youth, and the youth need younger
Relatable.
rabbis.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
Especially with technology. If the rabbi doesn't never heard of Instagram,
yeah,
TikTok, I'm
yeah,
not saying that we need to be on it, but at least to be
yeah,
aware of
yeah.
it.
No, I always say that the gap between father and son in years hasn't grown necessarily much larger
Yeah.
in the amount of years, in the quantity. But what used to happen and change in the 25 years was so much less than now. Now you have a 45-year-old dad and a 15-year-old son.
Yeah.
The world has changed from when he was 15 to when his son's 15.
Oh yeah.
Incredible.
I mean, the
Every
next 5
week
years it's going to
there's a
be.
new this, there's a new that.
Yeah.
So for sure, it's definitely a good thing that they're getting younger rabbis and younger people on board. For sure.
Yeah. Yeah. And it does age you, this job. Obviously, it's a vocation. That's what I was told to say here. Yeah. You don't go into it for the money. It's not really. But I mean, so maybe some people do. I don't know.
Trying to think. Not me, but
I mean, I guess the chief's probably on a decent, chief rabbi.
yeah,
I hope they look after him.
yeah. But there's
Yeah.
only one chief, first of all. So
Yeah,
if you're
yeah.
going in and your only hope is that you'll become the chief, there's only one.
I don't really want the money. I just want the security. I just like the idea
Yeah.
of people walking around.
Saw him turning up.
With the thing in the air.
Did you see on Sunday at Woodford Forest? I was
Okay.
leaving. Saw him turning up
with the Range Rovers.
It was
Yeah.
it was good.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, obviously, it's sad that it's needed at some level.
Yeah, no, 100%.
But
100%. It's the reality.
yeah.
That's just is what it is. He's a target.
Yeah. Okay, very good. So I've written down here some pet peeves. This is what I used to do on some of the old podcasts. I like to try and figure out who we're interviewing. What annoys you, and how do you deal with it?
How much time do we have?
Because I feel like people aren't resilient anymore.
Right.
We live in a society now where everything's so instant. So, Prime, Amazon Prime, for example, if it's not deliverable,
disposable.
if you can't get it the next day or the same day, I don't want it. And and all of a sudden you deal with some setbacks, hardships. We're not equipped. Society isn't
Yeah,
equipped to deal
yeah.
with it because everything is just so. Oh, you're not well. Take this pill, take
Right,
that pill. I mean,
right.
obviously, I'm not. There's time. It's necessary. Medication. I'm not a doctor or GP or anything, but this sort of attitude of, oh, something's wrong, just do something quick to get rid of it. Let's not really get to the bottom of
Is
it. I
this
think is
your pet peeve? People who aren't resilient, or
yeah, snowflakes. Yeah,
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 yeah.
you're not having it.
You gotta be able to take
Right.
some stick.
Yeah.
Take some
Being a
criticism.
Leeds fan,
Yeah.
that builds resilience. No, it does.
Oh yeah, for years
You
it's
know?
character building.
Yeah, being a
Yeah.
United fan nowadays, it's the same thing.
Like the
It's
kids this morning, they're like, "Oh, I'm not feeling well. I don't want to go to school. I've got a temperature." I'm like, "Look, unless your arm's hanging off, you're going." And that's how I grew up. I remember calling my mum home, calling my mum one day from school. I was like, I've been sick. Can you pick me up? She's like, "You've got a
have a
few more
drink.
hours. You
Yeah, have a
manage."
drink of
Yeah,
water.
yeah.
Right.
But everything's people can't hack anything nowadays, and it's a problem. But nevertheless, still things can annoy you. And
Yeah, for sure. Oh, in
yeah.
terms of life pet peeves, we'll go with Arsenal fans are pet peeve number one. Sorry, it's just the truth.
Well,
Soon
they're
as
just
someone says they support
they're a bit
Arsenal,
over the top, always a bit too cocky, you say.
every single one of their players is
Yeah.
the best player in the world in that
Okay.
position.
Right. Right.
And even if they've signed them a week ago, second they leave, maybe not. But, whether it's Ben White as the right back,
Yeah.
he is the best right back you'll ever see. And Lewis Skelly is going to win the Ballon d'Or. And like Thomas Partey, who literally can't run,
Okay.
he's unbelievable holding midfielder. There are some who are good,
The keeper's good.
Saka's good, Raya's good,
Yeah,
Gabriel, Saliba. They have good players,
yeah, the
but
back four.
as soon as you put an Arsenal shirt on, they are the
Yeah.
best in the world.
Small shout out to Ben White. He helped Leeds get promoted.
Yeah, no, he's a good player.
Back in the day.
He is a good player. But come on, guys, we're going to win everything every year, and we're
I
going
need to just simmer a little bit, calm down.
calm down,
Yeah.
get realistic,
Yeah.
watch another team's football game, and just appreciate that there's a world of football, not
But
just
yeah,
one.
there's life lessons in there. Sometimes people think they're a little bit ahead of their station.
Yeah.
It's never healthy. It's always good to just keep it in check. Yeah.
100%. Tunnel vision.
Yeah, I hear that. And Liverpool are going to win the league anyway. I just might as well say. I know you're a Man U fan,
the
so that
truth
doesn't
is,
fill you with joy either.
No, after this whole rant, I actually think Arsenal could win it this year. I just look at their squad and I think, wow, yeah.
Yeah.
But my pet peeve is that Arsenal fans have been saying this for the last 5-10 years.
Yeah.
This year I happen to think they have a really good
He's
chance.
very whiny, Arteta.
Arteta's
whiny.
not for me
Massive
at
baby.
all. At all. The way he comes out his box and tries to get on the pitch and always shouting.
Yeah, I hear that.
Arsenal
And in terms of Leeds, look, if we stay up, we're happy to take 17th now. I think we're competitive.
You've gone off to a good start.
I think competitive enough. It's just not sure where the goals are coming from, but we'll pray hard this Rosh Hashanah, which leads us on nicely.
Rosh Hashanah.
Yeah, just for our thousands of listeners. It went up from tens, but what are people trying to get out of Rosh Hashanah? What should bit of advice from the Rabbi? What just something small. It needs to be small, otherwise it goes small
100%.
but consistent and something to build on. Make it real. That's the hard thing in life. To make things real, to make things part of you.
Yeah, 100%. What people don't realise about Rosh Hashanah is that really it's a day about yourself. Very often it's about the world, the new year.
Yeah.
You have a happy new year. So it's like almost this separated thing where this is when the world was created. So this is when the calendar starts.
Yeah.
And it's normal, as we see in the secular world, it's normal to have a new year every new year. And a happy new year is like a day of celebration. So let's just wish happy new year.
Yeah.
But really, there's a lot going on, The world wasn't even created on Rosh Hashanah, which is also overlooked. It was created 6 days before.
Yeah.
Rosh Hashanah was the day that we were created. God created man on Rosh Hashanah. So it's about us. So something small, Every person, this goes back to what we were saying before, every person has the tools that they need to be great and to be as great as they can be and to contribute and to be the best version of themselves. Every person has different tools. Every person only knows themselves what they're good at, what they enjoy doing, what they can offer. It's about taking that little bit of time or even just having it on your mind what can I do? And then, like you said, something small. It has to be small.
Yeah.
It has to be small and focused. If it's random, I'm gonna, if someone just says, I'm gonna start doing something which has nothing to do with where they're going in life,
Yeah.
it's not gonna go
Yeah. I mean,
anywhere.
we always sort of say, the ladies, if you already light Shabbos candles, then make sure, you do it at the right time. Or if
Yeah,
you already do that, maybe have dollar when Shabbos goes out.
yeah,
Or it doesn't have to be, it could just be, call 3 people a week, check how they're doing.
yeah,
But it has to be done every week and it has to change a person. It
yeah.
needs to, so that they feel like they're more of a mensch, they're more connected.
It
I've,
doesn't even have to be adding something. You could take something you're already doing and add some meaning to it. I
yeah,
like Shabbat candles every week, let's say, but I just do it without
yeah,
thinking. From this year, I'm going to try take 1 minute to, pray for my family or
yeah.
use the time in a special way.
To pray for Israel, to pray for, yeah,
There's hostages, there's Jews suffering all around the
yeah.
world. So there's enough of what to pray for. It's just about making it more meaningful.
We actually just said last week in the laning all these curses that if we, things go wrong and we abandon God and think we can do it by ourselves. But the main issue is, it said near the end, if you don't serve Hashem with simcha,
Yeah,
if you don't
yeah,
enjoy your Yiddishkeit, if you don't enjoy it, then that's the problem. So
yeah,
we have to put
yeah.
the joy back in.
And that comes
Uh,
at the end of all the
yeah,
curses, and that's like the punchline. That's
yeah.
everything right there.
If it's alive,
Yeah,
if it means something to you,
yeah,
then it'll give you meaning. You'll enjoy it, but it takes time. It doesn't just happen by itself. You've got to put in the time to think about what we're here for, what we want to achieve, and then hopefully next time Rosh Hashanah comes around. So yeah, this year was different. I moved a little bit. I'm really talking to myself. That's how it
yeah. No,
goes.
I'm
It's
sitting
just
here.
if you happen to be listening, and again, our millions of viewers, it's gone
Yeah,
up again.
yeah.
Um,
Also,
then it'll
people
help.
are often worried, myself included. Why I'm not going to take something on because it always falls off. I never managed to actually,
Yeah,
keep it from now. That I'm going to come into shul next year in Rosh Hashanah, and I kept it the whole year.
yeah,
That's often my fear. Why should I bother? But the truth is, so let's say you do it for 2 months and then it does fall off. Obviously, you try do it for the whole year, but let's say you don't.
yeah,
Those 2 months are gold.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, good point.
Whatever you can get.
Whatever you do, yeah, every
Yeah.
you know,
Also, life, especially Yiddishkeit, Judaism, is like an escalator. I mean, it sounds depressing, but if you don't do anything, there's no really staying still. You kind of go down
yeah,
slowly. And I learned with some of the guys in shul, not the youth, the young adults or young families. So I guess somewhat middle aged, but they tell me, let's say, oh, Rabbi, I haven't been learning for a few years, but I used to. And then we discuss a little bit. And in those few years, you automatically are going down
yeah,
because you get lost in the world. There's so many distractions, your kids, your job, what you're watching, the football, everything's going on. And there's always something. There's a war in Ukraine, there's COVID. And in your mind, if you're not going forwards, if you're not trying to go a little bit more, a little bit higher, you don't stay still. You never hold the ground that you have.
yeah,
So those 2 months of going forwards, yes, you might stop, but those 2 months will put you in a higher place to,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
The world's basically like a current; it'll just suck
yeah,
you in,
exactly.
and people don't realize. And then what annoys, this is my pet peeve, and we'll finish on this, is people often think, oh, Judaism is very old fashioned. The laws about modest dress and Shabbat. How is that practical anymore? But actually, you see, all these things the world needs more and more
Yeah,
as it goes
yeah,
abandons traditional values. You see how backwards we're becoming. That people shouldn't be just walking around the street as if they're on the beach the whole time. That's just become
yeah.
acceptable behavior
By
to walk around in no
acceptable by
clothes.
all,
Yeah,
meaning even like people who grew up in a time when it wasn't accepted. I'm looking at more
yeah,
towards the older side of the communities around the world. Like I go to the airport and I'm like, wow, these people, they didn't grow up like this, but it's
yeah.
become acceptable by everyone and everything.
And just not to challenge it, just to go
Yeah,
along with
yeah,
it. Is
yeah,
it's what it happens. You're just influenced automatically, or people now I think realize how good of an idea Shabbat is, just to
yeah,
to switch off
yeah.
because
It's
I
hard
think
to do
everyone
though.
agrees that the phone and just being stuck
Yeah,
online the whole
yeah,
time is just not healthy. But we had all these things already, you know, Shabbat, modesty, um, you know, gossip, lashon hara, and that is basically how X, all these social platforms, that's all they do. Or politics today, it's just mudslinging the whole time,
yeah.
and
Judaism's as
the truth is
appropriate
irrelevant.
today,
Yeah,
exactly as it ever was,
yeah,
if not more. It's hard to see it when you're involved. You know,
yeah,
even me, let's say on a Tuesday, if you said to me, "Why don't you turn your phone off now for 24 hours and just give
yeah,
yourself that break?" I would agree that it's amazing, but it's hard to do.
yeah,
You know, so thank God we have Shabbat, which you know
yeah,
it almost forces it. But it is hard to do these things. It's easier to see it. But if people take a step, you know, even a small step like Lashon Hara
yeah,
or modesty, all these basic Jewish fundamentals, it's
yeah.
life changing.
It's the first step. Then, but then hopefully you never look back, because you
Yeah.
see
Right.
when it becomes real and you improve as a person, it's going to be hard. You know, anything worth it is going to be hard.
Yeah.
No pain, no gain. You know, that's another one of our expressions.
Yeah.
The Fum Sara Agra,
Sarah Agra, yeah.
big time. You want to get fit. You want to be healthy. So you got to put in the yards. Same thing spiritually. You want to be a better person. You got it. It takes effort. It
Gotta
takes
have
effort.
resilience.
It's easy to be bad, easy to be a behemoth, you know, an animal to go around and just do whatever when, you know, the whole time. Um, and nowadays, I saw a few months ago that guy that had a funny haircut. Like, I don't know if you saw, like, people become famous nowadays for
What?
ridiculous
A guy
things.
who's famous
He
for
had like a funny style haircut. I don't know if Stuart knows what I'm for. The Ibiza final boss, for those that now we're really talking to the, you know, the young
no, I
generation.
think I do know
He
you're
went
talking
viral.
about.
Things
Yeah, yeah,
people go
yeah,
viral
yeah,
for
yeah.
like ridiculous things,
Yeah.
and now he's, you know, a
Yeah,
millionaire
yeah, yeah.
overnight.
No, so
That's
you'll
what
have someone
we're.
like that, though. You'll
Yeah.
have like a crypto guy who maybe just becomes, you
Oh
know,
yeah,
so.
crypto, all
But in
these things. It's
general,
just
if you
all
want
over the
to
place.
make it in anything, in any field, you're going to have to buckle in and work hard.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, thank you, Rabbi Akiva, and I will see you for the next episode soon. Thank you for listening. L'chaim.
Time, time.